The battlefield stinks of death and smoke. Morningstar lands with a bone-shaking thud beside the corpse of Meles, folding his vast orange wings. The dragon's eyes, molten gold, sweep across the route. Jaehaerys swings down from the saddle, boots crunching the scorched sand. His armor gleams beneath the layer of ash, his hair plastered to his face with sweat, but his gaze is steady. He steps toward Barristan, who dismounts and kneels briefly for a moment, blade still dripping.
Rise, Sir Barristan, and the downward history will never forget.
I did my duty, Your Grace. The Blackfire line is ended. Jaehaerys looks over the battlefield, where the remnants of the Nightmare Kings scattered like frightened ants.
No, it ends when the last of their followers draw their final breath.
From the sky comes a deafening roar. Wildfire, smaller but no less deadly, circles once before descending to Aerys' side, the green flame still flickering along its teeth. The younger prince's face is alight with a feverish grin.
Say the word, Father.
Jaehaerys turns to the surviving Nightmare Kings, huddled together under shattered banners, eyes wide with terror. He raises his voice so all can hear.
You came from the shores of crowns and kingdoms. You will leave as ash on the wind. Dracarys.
Morningstar and Wildfire surge forward, jaws snapping open, and the world becomes flame. Fire rolls in twin waves of orange and green, devours men, horses, and banners alike. Screams are swallowed in the roar of dragons. The heat blasts onward in searing gusts, baking the ground into glass in places. Above it all, Jaehaerys sits unmoving atop Morningstar, his silhouette lit to the infernal glow. A king wreathed in fire. When the flames subside, nothing remains of the Nightmare Kings but smoldering heaps of blackened steel. Barristan wipes his sword and looks at the devastation with something between awe and unease. Remember this day, Your Grace. Jaehaerys does not look away from the field of ash.
Good. Let them remember what happens to those who threaten the Iron Throne.
The war's end is absolute. Across the narrow sea, word of Meles' death and the annihilation of the Nightmare Kings travels faster than the ships that carry their ambitions westward. In Westeros, the realm hails Jaehaerys II as the dragon who restored peace, though the peace is steeped in fear of the fire that burned it. The songs are swift to glorify Morningstar's flames, and quicker still to name the battle, the field of fire reborn. But the glory fades quicker than the embers. By the turn of the next year, Jaehaerys' health begins to falter. Always a man of frail constitution, the king now suffers lingering fevers that sap his strength, leaving him pale and gaunt. The court whispers of the cost of dragonfire, that magic as old as Valyria takes more than it gives. He rides less often, speaks more softly, and relies increasingly on his council to govern. By the second year after the war, it is clear the king is dying. Aerys attends his bedside, though more often in restless pacing and quiet vigil. Maegor, the king's cousin and soon-to-be master of Morningstar in Jaehaerys' stead, begins to assert his presence in every council session, his words oiled with deference, but sharpened with ambition. When Jaehaerys finally succumbs, the court moves with urgency to crown Aerys II before uncertainty can spread. Maegor Brightflame claims Morningstar suspiciously soon after the king's passing. Aerys names Maegor Hand of the King within a week. Some praise the decision. Maegor's dragon is the largest alive, his reputation as a warrior unmatched, but others see a shadow falling over the young king's reign. Maegor whispers of enemies plotting in every corner, of treasons ripened left unchecked, and Aerys, eager to prove himself more than just his father's pale reflection, listens. As the dragons continue to grow further into Aerys' promising reign, so does his paranoia. Maegor continues to whisper of enemies who would see his dragons dead, and each time his wife Rhaella miscarries a child, Maegor speaks of poison and treachery. Young Rhaegar, meanwhile, has taken to listening to the advice of someone else entirely, affectionately calling Jenny Littlestones his Auntie Jenny, and trusting her word on the future to come. On Dragonstone, the eggs, long thought dormant and petrified to stone, begin to hatch, filling the volcanic vents with chirps of newborn wormlings. One day, Jenny and Rhaegar sit together amidst the ruins of Summerhall, speaking quietly to one another. Jenny has come here to remember those she lost and sing to her ghosts, while Rhaegar has come to learn where he truly comes from. Though still young, the prince and heir is an inquisitive boy.
Aunt Jenny, you always speak of the future, of things to come, of the marching cold. What does it all mean? What is my place in all of it?
You were born amidst something smoke, Rhaegar. The salty tears of myself and others who lost so many of this place, and the smoke of the fires that birthed your dragons.
She gives a meaningful look to prophecy. The silver dragon crouched amongst the ruins like some great serpent, its polished scales shining in the sun.
When the cold rises, when the dead men march again, it will be up to you to face them, Rhaegar. My ghosts have whispered it to me, of how it must be you. You are the one who will save us.
I understand, Aunt Jenny.
The ghosts have whispered something else to me. They say one must die to defeat the cold and usher in a new dawn.
Bare भाई को
I
मारते
don't know
हैं
what this means,
हाँ
but I can guess. You must be safe, Rhaegar. Do not let it be you who falls.
Turmoil begins to churn westwards as Roger Lane rises up against Titus, the toothless lion. House Green has been taking obscene loans from the Lannisters and refusing to pay back even a single silver stag of their debts, while Titus sits helplessly, too afraid to act. His son Tywin pretends to grieve gleefully and show around why House Lannister is never to be laughed at. His father Titus may laugh at those who laugh at him, but Tywin will send them to their graves.
क्या
When Aerys hears his once friend plan, he initially intends to leave it be and allow Tywin to act decisively on his own. Vhagar, however, whispers of a different option.
A true king will not sit on his haunches as his